The second thing that my clients say to me a lot is that they feel as though other people in their lives are evaluating and judging them. And when I give them compassion, acceptance, I'm not judging, I'm curious, I'm connecting with them as a human being, that compassion, that love, that connection makes people feel better, safer, and it gives them more hope. I'm creating a dynamic where people feel cared about and not judged. And then that makes them curious. Instead of, oh, I can't do this, maybe there's a possibility. And so creating that warm, empathetic space is really important. Then, when you've got that warm space and you've injected some positive stuff, some fun, some energy, some adventure, some curiosity, and coaches are full of energy, we're to some extent cheerleaders, then you got to take a risk. You got to go out on a limb, because people often don't want to stretch themselves. They might at New Year's resolutions temporarily, and then they pull back to what feels comfortable and safe. And so when you have this warm space and this safe space, this place of compassion, then you can say, what would happen if you did that? What if you did something beyond what you've ever done before? I challenge you to think about this differently. So then you have an opportunity, because change is simply about stretching the brain, creating new connections in the brain a little at a time over time, which means every time you coach someone, they need to stretch. They need to get a little outside their comfort zone. Not too much where they want to go back in, but just enough to see something differently. So we have to take a step to create that new insight, that new perspective, that new way of looking at things. And that's the courage. And so you don't want just the love and compassion, because, that's great, but how are people going to actually change? How are they going to outgrow where they're at? And so then you need a little dose of courage. You need to help people stretch, and you got to get a sense for where they might be willing to stretch. And then they have oh my goodness, I always thought if I put my health first, my performance would suffer. Maybe that's not right. Maybe if I put my health first, I will do better in all avenues in life. Wow, that's a new idea. And they may never have been ready to have that idea until that moment. So all of the process and structure and compassion in the end is really just creating the possibility for that moment where they stretch their mind a little.